Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of this Photoshop tutorial. Now, this one we're going to be showing you the text tool. Now, I am basically, they call me the master. I'm in year 10, as I said, and I'm going to be going into TAFE for a design degree, graphics designing degree. I will also be doing, after TAFE, University for Engineering. But first, I want to just get that degree to have some little bit of fun. But yeah, I'm not going to be a graphics designer at all, just to literally fuck around. Anyway, yeah, so let's get on to it. So, part 2. Part 2 is to show you how to be a text addict, basically. Yeah, you see this text effect right there? That's a whole different story, bro. Just that text effect is not hard at all. If you think that's hard, you are out of your mind. Because with Photoshop, that can be achieved a piece of cake. Anyway, I'll be showing you how to do that concept tutorial for advanced people later on. Anyway, so this is tutorial will be showing you how to do Photoshop. So we're going to go to File, New. Or you can press Control N. Now, on my channel, I love to show shortcuts because when you've been using Photoshop for a long time, you want to know all the little shortcuts so you can get around through your basic Photoshop experience. So I'm going to try and teach you the shortcuts, and remember, just remember the little things, because little things will always help. Anyway, so Control N to make a new document, or you go to File, New. Now we're going to name this. As you can see, this will be also an introductory thing, but mainly it will be text. So you can name the document whatever you want. So for an example, we'll do text tut, which tut stands for tutorial. And I'm going to make it a basic width and height. You can change it with pixels, inches, centimeters, millimeters, points, packs, or columns. And you also have the presets where you can go US paper for an example, or you can go to your own custom. I'm going to change that back to, yeah, that's okay, or whatever, because I'm just going to be showing you. You can also change the color mode. RGB is the best. If you want to be using like a black and white image, go grayscale. If you want to be doing some other ones with limited, go difference. If you want to change the 8 to 32 to 16-bit, that's okay. 8's the best. It's a good little place to start from. 16 bits, just 32 bits, just too far. Background contents, we're going to keep this to white. Actually, no, we're going to keep this to transparent. Advanced, you want this color profile, and you want the ratio to be square pixels. Let's go on. Okay, so okay, I took 3 minutes to do this, so this is getting a bit too far. I'll just hide the rules up. Okay, so as you can see, it has text here. Now, I want to teach you a shortcut, how to fill in this with black and white. So over here, you've got the foreground and background color. The one behind it is called the background. The one on front is called the foreground. To make this black, make sure your foreground color is black. Whatever you'll want. So if you want your foreground color to be purple, you can change that through there by double clicking. But it's black here. Let's make it black. So you're going to press Control I. Fuck. Could not complete the invoke command because the selected area is empty. Or you can't do it on transparent background apparently. So you're going to go to New, just for the sake of showing you. Yes, so you have to have a filled one, so you can't do it on transparent one. So for an example, I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in with white. Okay, so to do this, to fill it in with black, as your standard, go Control I, and that's going to fill it in. Or to fill it in with your background color, go Control backspace. Control I for now. Get your text tool down here, and you're going to pick whatever text you want. You can install fonts. I'll just use this random font. No, let's change it to Arial. So to change the font, just go up here and type in whatever font name you need. Arial, or you have the option of going to this little arrow drop down and it'll drop down all this stuff. You can also change the type to regular, italic, bold, italic, black. I'm just going to keep it to regular and change size. I'll change it later. And you can change smooth, normal, sharp, crisp, strong, or smooth. Okay, so now you're going to type. So once you click, you'll create a new layer and it's called text. And what you're going to do is we're going to name it text for the sake of it. Now you're going to press this little up down key. Now you want to make it a bit bigger. You're not going to do that through the size up key. You're going to press Control T. Remember, these are all little shortcuts. Control T resizes it. Or you can go to image, transform, I think it's scale. And once you press Control T, you want to hold the Shift key and you can size it up. When you're holding the Shift key, you can't change the scale of it. If you don't hold the Shift key, look what you can do. So hold the Shift key and scale it up where you want to. I'm going to make this approximately like this. Okay, tick that up from there. Now we're going to want to center this. So we're going to press Control A. Get the move tool. The move tool is right up there. Now you're going to press the second and fifth icon on the top bar. Then press Control D to deselect, or go to your select, drop down and go deselect. But remember, it's best to remember the shortcuts. Now we want to do some little bit of effects on this. So how to get to effects for text. This is an awesome little thing. You can either double click on the layer or you can go down here and press that and select the type of effect. Just double click. That's a little bit better. Now we'll bring up this layer style. You want to tick preview. So you can preview what you're going to be doing. For an example, if you want to preview the bevel emboss that you're doing, that's how you want to improve it. So let's make this have a little bit of a glow. So we're going to go to outer glow. And we want to make the color, let's make it red. Now this is just for demonstration. So here you've got the blend mode, which you can change to normal, the opacity 100%. Double click to change color. You can also make a gradient, for an example, this one. And then when you do it, it's going to make that gradient. You can customize the gradient by going up here and changing the gradient values. But for now, let's just make this gradient for an example. And then let's put the size up like that, and as you can see, we have that gradient. You've got the contour down here. You can change the contours of the gradients. For an example, look at the normal one. This is normal one, and that's a different contour. Here's a different one, normal. Okay, let's change the on here. We're going to make it precise because we don't want to make it all fluffy. We're not like that. We like to do doggy. And range, jitter. Jitter is the noise. We want zero noise. And we'll just change it. But see, if you change the blend modes, you can basically do different things with it. Let's just change it back to screen. Okay, now we're going to make an inner glow. So we're going to go to inner glow, and we're going to make, usually you'll just pick one color, but if you're going to be doing gradients, just let's go ahead with it. Let's pick this gradient for an example. Press OK. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pump up the size like this, baby. And like this. Center. My computer is lagging. Oh, you want a normal, by the way. Let's just change to this one. Range. And you can mess around with the range. Like that. Like, look at the size. Look at that size. That is awesome. Anyway, yeah, so you can also have the bevel emboss, which is quite popular to make it 3D, but we're not going to do that. And now you're going to press OK. And as you can see, we've done like some cool little outlines on the text and like that. So that's a very simple text. So to do effects, remember, double click on the text and that's how you get the effects panel up. Now, this concludes today's tutorial. And like, just remember, just mess around with Photoshop, experiment. That's how you learn. Not from learn from watching these tutorials that I give you, but not all the time you learn. Sometimes I won't mention something how to do it because I just do it automatically, because not all the time I will do tutorials when I'm doing effect. So remember, just learn and figure it out, like some little things you can figure out by yourself, like how I've learned. Anyway guys, please remember to hit that subscribe button so I can get this new channel up and running, and bye bye. I'm out.